Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tea and Trance. This is number 11. So something a bit different. Just trying to get this whole home DJ setup, permanent installation thing looking nicer and nicer each time. So I hope you're liking that. But we're gonna do a trance mix using Serato this time. Big shout outs to the homies Alex and Marcus. There's just not that many Serato DJs left for this type of music, but it's cool. So before we begin, I just wanted to mention that if you want to just listen to the mix, check it out in the link in the description. It goes to Mixcloud, and it's just the straight mix if you want to enjoy yourself. Or if you want to see how I do things, stick around and watch this video because I'm going to be talking about picking songs and mixing techniques and a couple of things like as we go along. So you'll hear me chime in every now and then, so you can see how I do things with Serato. And with the record box, it's very similar, but kind of different. So this will be kind of, I shouldn't say this is Serato specific, but anyways, I hope it's of use to some of you. And let's see, big shout outs to, SoCal Pliverts, SoCal Rave Fam, Mayday Events, Redos, Kill Hype Radio, Laser FM, the Dance Music Initiative, everyone else that I'm forgetting. Thanks for sticking around, watching, supporting. I haven't forgotten you, even though I might have forgot your name just now, but you know who you are, and I appreciate you. So without further ado, let's start. But first, let's take a look at the Serato interface. I just want to show you how I do my crates in Serato. And like I said earlier, it's a little bit different from Rekordbox, but I try to get the same effect, so to speak. So let's take a look at that first, and then we'll get started. Okay, so here's my Serato interface, and this is not connected to the mixer right now, so you're basically seeing this in like offline file preparation mode. So here's the folder for today's show, Tea and Trance number 11, or I should say technically it's called a crate. The first way I organize it in crates is typically by show. So for Tea and Trance, there's like a couple different ones here. You'll notice a gap between 4 and 9. That's because all of those ones were queued up and prepped for Rekordbox only. But yeah, so by show, for me anyways, this is how I do it by show. Other people will do it by, like, say, key or by energy level or however they like. But I tend to do it by show because I started using Serato as a tool for doing radio shows. So it's my habit, and that's kind of how I do my crates. And then within the crate, so Tea and Trance episode 11, we have all these songs that are part of it. And the next way that I organize things is by color code. So I typically use 3, red, green, and blue. That's, RGB. And red is for songs where the main part of the song is a heavy beat that doesn't have any melodies or chord progression, however it's called, and no vocals. And then so green are for songs that are mainly melodies, still without vocals, and blue is for songs where the main part of the song, that is the part that carries the song, is the vocal. So by that I mean it's not just a song that has vocals in it, but when the main part of the song, let's say when the main part of the song kicks in, it's with vocals, and typically it's got like verses and a chorus, and not just a random phrase that's repeated over and over. Same thing with the green songs and the red songs. I don't have any in that one. Let's see. So like the red songs, that's for songs where the main part of the song when it kicks in is going to be just melodies for green and beats for red. So like for trance, for example, I typically choose to make a lot of psytrance songs red. And there's songs that are not psytrance that are also categorized as red, but a lot of them are, for me anyways. It's a subjective, so it's based on your own personal taste. So this is how I do it. And the important thing is to figure out a system for yourself, because eventually, especially if you're just starting, you'll start building your collection, and you don't want to have a lack of a system, because eventually you will have a system. You just naturally develop one, and then you're going to have to backtrack and organize all the songs that weren't organized to begin with. So it would be best to think of a system that you would like to use now and keep on doing it and maybe improve it over time. But it's a good way to stay organized. So that's it. That's for Serato DJ. And at the time of this video, this is version, let's see, 2.2.2 on Windows 10. And it would be a similar system using Rekordbox, because they have crates and they have color coding, but they also have a way for they have stars, so you can organize. I use stars to organize songs by energy level in Rekordbox. So that's something that Serato doesn't have, although you can kind of tweak it in a way. Like you could make a crate that's based on energy levels and then reorganize that way, and you can have songs that are, you can have the same song in a crate that's organized by episode number and have the same song in another crate that's organized by energy level. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to do things. And of course we got smart crates, but I don't really do that. I don't use them too much for trance music, mostly for the music that I play in the 170, 160 to 185, let's say, BPM range. So anyways, that's for that. Yeah. So stay organized, and let's go on to the next thing, which is the music itself. Okay, now that we've taken a look at that, just a real quick note on the playlist that we're using today. I like a lot of sort of trance music, but this time in particular, we got a lot of songs by the Raznitsen, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, R&M label, among others. And so I'll have the track list in the description as well, in case you want to pick up any of those songs. Be sure to support all these artists and labels. I just do this to bring out awareness of who they are and my appreciation to them. Like, buy their music, you know, and support them, because they do some really awesome stuff, and I hope you like it, because I do. All right, let's get started. First thing I'm doing is I know that I'm going to be playing a song right now that is not going to have any vocals in it. It is a song that has melodies, and it's about 130 BPM. So I tend to start slower and go higher. I know obviously you can change the BPM of the song using the pitch slider, but songs, obviously they sound a little bit better at the BPM that they're naturally made in. And so I start with BPMs that are slower and faster. You know, especially if I'm starting or if I'm in the middle of the DJ lineup. If I'm at the end, then it tends to go in the opposite direction. Start wherever the last DJ left off. Maybe go higher, maybe just go a little bit lower to taper off the end of the event. But this one is a melody only, no vocal song. So depending on the crowd, like if there is a crowd, I may go straight into a vocal track from here, or I may go and play another song that's just a melody. So in this case, I've got a lot of songs that don't have any vocals, so I'm going to save the vocals, and we'll just go to another song that is melody. So let's go to, alright, and I'm kind of picking based on, obviously if you know the song, ones that fit in, but if not, you know, you can't always remember every single song you have unless you're very good, which I'm not that great in that aspect, to be honest. Let's pick a song that is a matching in key or something that'll work with it. So anyways, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is you kind of are balancing that energy, knowing that you're going to be playing a certain song with melodies without. Anyways, that's how I sort things out. So I'm picking another song now that it has melodies and no vocals, probably like a medium energy. So let's give that a try now.
Right now I'm prepping the levels of the next song coming on so that when I bring it in, it's kind of matching up nicely with the current playing song. Usually I set the input levels, straight up 12 o'clock and tweak it if need be. If I have time to take a look at it, but I've been doing a lot of talking and the song is in the middle part of itself now, and I got to get ready to start bringing this in when the song starts tapering out. I also got a beat match. On the song, if it's like the same or matching key, I might start bringing it in now. This key doesn't match exactly, so I don't want to mix it together with too many chord progression from the first song because it's really going to sound weird, so I'm going to wait. And I currently have the hot cue added for just the first part of the song. Okay, and the next song is in. If you take a look, it was hitting a little bit higher than I wanted earlier, like right now. So I'm actually going to bring this down just a tiny bit because I want to keep the max levels where they are meant to be at. So it's a little bit hot. I'm going to bring it down a tiny bit so it just stays where I need it. There you go. That's probably going to be a good spot. Let's see. So now, let's see. Let's say I'm warming up the event or I'm somewhere in the middle and I'm watching the crowd. And if I see more people start coming on, I might use a vocal track. If I don't see that many people yet, I might keep it here, especially if there's going to be still 2 or 3 even people coming after me. They can raise the level of the energy of the crowd, so I can just keep on playing kind of medium level melodic songs and wait for the vocals parts for the next DJ or whatever, higher in energy parts, let's just call it that way. In this case, this song is going to be an A minor scale, A minor key, and I don't have any other A minor keys, and off the top of my head, I don't remember which matches up with that. Record box shows you, or rather the CDJs show you which songs will match. XiJaro doesn't have that, although they have a tool which will automatically pitch bend the next song that you pick to match the first song. Since I'm on XiJaro, since I have that, it's not called mix and key, but it's some sort of key thing. It's a plugin for XiJaro that's one of the few basic ones that they recommend to you. Let's go. Okay, so we have 12 songs in total. Of those 12 songs, only 3 of them have vocals, so I'm really going to try to save them. And I'm going to go and pick another melodic song without any vocals in it. This one is A minor, so if you want to go a little bit higher tone, let's just keep it close at least. Let's see, I'm going to save the G minors for later. Let's see, what else do I have? Okay, here's one. Here's one that's, this is a flat major, and we're going to ask Serato to actually... Okay, see, that's what happens when you tell it to pitch bend, but I actually clicked it on the wrong one. So if you click it on the right one, it's going to change it 4 keys to match. Let's not even worry about that. Just going to pick another melodic song, and we're not going to worry too much about the key. Okay, let's pick our next song. Let's see. We have, all the vocal songs are kind of low BPM, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna build it up without the vocal songs first. Okay, this one's a little too hot. Bring it down a little bit. Okay. So I noticed I've got a lot of songs in G minor, so I'm gonna save those for later so I can actually use those all together with each other. Yeah, let's pick this one. It's a good time to start bringing up the pitch if you want to try to get this closer to the previous song. And just make sure that you have a key lock turned on, which I think I do on this. Or rather, it's called master tempo. It just means that you can change the speed of the song and it's not going to make the pitch change. You know, the tone of the song, it's not going to go woo. Right now I just moved the song up to about 134 BPMs. And so gets us a little closer to 138s, which is where most of the songs are actually at. As you can see, there's lots of ways to bring songs in and out. Some are smoother than others. That one wasn't the smoothest, to be quite honest with you. But it works. I mean, fading the song out or just taking the song out using the filter and bringing it all the way down or all the way up till it disappears. I mean, it works in a pinch. We could call that a pinch. This song is 140 BPM, and we have a lot of songs that are 140 BPM. What I'm going to do is actually slowly bring this up to its natural speed. Right now it's at about 134. Actually, let's get it to 138-ish, and we'll go from there. At the same time, let's pick another song that is 138. It'll make it easier. We don't have to worry as much about beat matching. It's a good time to bring the song up to the speed that you really want when it becomes like a break without thumping beats. Alright, just brought it back to where it was originally at, where it would have originally been at. This song on this side is going to be at 138. This song is 140 right now, so we know we got to make it a little bit higher. Let's just start off like that. I just brought the pitch up a little bit, and we'll see if that's close, and we'll get it spot on if we have time to. By the way, that key matching changing tool is called Pitch and Time DJ. Available for like a little bit extra on top, but it comes in really handy if you really must mix and key every time. Gonna bring it in after this break right here. Alright, there's the next song brought in. And we're moving. Let's see. So, you'll notice that we're pretty much bringing songs in at the end. Depending on how you want to play the game, like if you want to spend time actually beat matching by ear, and it's a fun time, or if you just want to use the numbers and match it right then and there, just match numbers, 138, 138, just look at the numbers on the screen. You can do that too, and you can play around a little bit more, mixing in at different points in time. This time, since I am on DVS, I'm going to pretend like it's vinyl, and I'm going to, beat match by ear, which means that I might not be able to bring the song in at different parts. It might be at the beginning of the song, because, beat matching takes time. Plus I'm talking, so, that's just how that goes. Alright, let's experiment. This song is in G minor, and I'm going to bring in another song that I swear is in G minor as well. And I might be able to bring it on very early, but let's find out actually. This song is 140, which is a new song. This song was sped up to about 140, and so it should be matching up already. pretty interesting, wasn't it? Okay. Started the song super early, and then just let it play all the way through. Sometimes songs will have these odd, they won't stay in phrase, like they won't be, I don't know, 64 beats, whatever, however you want to break it up, or 128 beats of each section. It might be like 64 beats and a random like 32 or a random 16 that really throws it off. I got lucky, this one was divided very nicely and easy to use. So I have 2 more songs in G minor, and I'm going to save that combo for later. Let's just go ahead and go off from there. Let's see. This is G, C minor, C minor might sound good with that. Let's find out. This is kind of an old school song, I just remember it. And let's see how it works though, alright? Bringing it in on this side. Again, this is 140, this is already 140. We can just keep the pitch slider where it is and just verify. That one worked out really well. While checking the beat match of the upcoming song, it came into a melody and it actually fit in really nicely with the currently playing track. So I just let it keep on going through and it happened to work out. It wasn't the same exact key, but it was a key that worked together. One day I'll have to memorize those, but for now, it's trial and error. Current song is a minor key. Let's see what happens if I play another song in a minor key. Hopefully it fits well. This next one is going to be in, well, I don't know. Let's find out. F sharp minor. And it's also in 140 BPM, so no BPM changing really, beat matching. It should work, but we're going to double check again. If you hadn't noticed already, I'm basically placing a hot cue on the first beat of the song, so in case I need to rewind it back really quickly, I might just do this in a pinch if I don't want to manually rewind it. So the key of this song, it really doesn't fit in with the key of this song. They don't match. I can hear the melody coming in here, and it's just not sounding right. So what that means is when I bring this in, I'll choose to bring this in at a moment where the melody on the currently playing song is not so strong. Let's just think of it this way, less to clash. So for now, I could just enjoy the song. It's beat matched already. I've preset the levels the way I want them to. And now we're just waiting for the right moment to bring it in. I mean, you should be enjoying it too. Party is kind of for you too. And there's a theory that if you're enjoying what you're doing, everyone who's watching potentially also enjoys what you're doing. You can be the first line in terms of taste test. So if this song was to reduce more from this point, I could probably start bringing in the next song, but I have a feeling it's going to build up again first, and then it's going to reduce down again. And by reduce, I mean melodies are going to disappear and it's going to be more like just bassline drums type of thing. Yeah, so here's this part. After this section, it's going to just start to break down, and we're going to bring it in after this. some songs are kind of weird. Like this one, it's supposed to be 140, but I think in reality it's like 140, like probably like 130.9, 139.9, something like that. Or like this song might have been a little bit faster than this being actual 140. It might have been 140.5 or something, because I had to slow it down a little bit. Anyways, even if it says it's the right number, you know, decimal places. I've got about 4 songs left to play, and I'm saving the, let's see, I've got 2 songs in G minor left, and 1 in F minor and 1 in A flat major. You know, so let's play the major song first, and then we'll save the minor songs for the end. This one supposedly is in 140 again, and we'll see if it fits in. Now this next coming song, I think it kind of fits in with the outgoing song. We're going to experiment and try to bring it in a little bit earlier than expected, and hopefully it works out. And it's part of DJing. It might be really cool, or it might not. I don't know. Remember what I told you about some songs that have a random 8 beat section between the sections? That's what happened. So I actually was bringing this song in, heard that the 8 beat section was coming in and it was going to throw me off, brought it back out, hit a pot cue to bring it back into phrase, sort of like half phrase, and then brought it in, and it worked decently well. I mean, ideally, you have the songs planned out and everything fully marked up, which I didn't do. They're not marked up at all. So this is the first time actually listening to the songs after downloading them in the first place. But yeah, you make do. And that's part of the fun, actually. Okay, so let's see. What I'm going to do is I have one song in F minor and 138 BPM, and then two more G minors in 140 and 135. So we'll play the F minor first to get that out of the way, and then we'll get into the G minors with some fun little blending to end it. And I'll probably end it with the vocal one for good times. So this is 138. This is gonna have to be sped up, I already know. By how much? Don't know exactly. I mean, yeah, 2 BPMs, but you take a guess and go from there. Oh, this might get weird. Let's find out. Hey, that worked out. I brought the song in a little bit earlier than I would have normally, and the keys did not clash, and it kind of worked out surprisingly nice. You know, that was actually pretty fun. It's fun DJing when you don't really have a plan. Okay, so now we have two more songs left, both are in G minor. We have one with vocals and one without vocals, so we're gonna play the one without vocals first, since we've got a vocal song going right now. I mean, you could technically do a bunch of vocals in a row. I do that sometimes when I feel like it, but not this time. Let's vary it up a little bit.
It's too late to turn back now. I know we've tried and don't know how. Fly away. In our heads all this will end. Find a way to just pretend it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright.
Alright, brought the song in, kind of worked out, and now it's time to bring in the final song, which is going to be at 135. The currently playing song is 140, so we know that we're going to have to bring it in, bring it up by a bit on the beat match, and let's see if we get close. Okay, this is Oxygen Old School song. Great to end it with this song. Start off by adding that first cue point, and let's get the beat match. And so, which brings us to the final song of the mix. I hope you like what you heard tonight. I've got another mix coming out in just, I think, a few days, 2 weeks from now. I'm going to be doing an awesome compilation mix of the best song from all of the T and Trance mixes. So what is that called? It's like a year-end mix, but it's not really the end of the year yet. But it should be a good one. So if you want to check that out, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell to know when I'm going to post another video. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Enjoy.